Protesters, the former editor for alt-right site Breitbart. So what was his reaction to all of this?
Well, first of all, he blamed all the violence as being provoked by all his left-leaning opponents.
That is those bastards. I love America, and America loves America's my country.
I did nothing to agitate them. The most that I did was stand up there wearing this hat. All I wanted to do was hear what they were chanting about and read their signs.
What happened?
Somebody grabbed his hat.
I stood there, they took my hat, a third guy threw a thing of paint at me, while the second guy pulled me in, and I was beaten in a crowd of them.
How's it going, y'all? How you guys doing? So, like...
Who the fuck are you?
I'm Dan.
Huh? Nice to meet you, Dan.
How's it going, man?
Why are you walking around sticking cameras in people's faces, huh?
I'm interested in the event.
Interested in what?
Asking questions. Asking questions.
Interested in what?
Well, we don't
interested in what?
What are you
interested in? Why are you coming up and starting shit?
I am not. I'm not.
Why are you starting shit?
Please,
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm trying to ask questions. I'm not...
No, walk away. They don't want to be videotaped. Just maybe you could put down the video because they respectfully asked not to be videotaped.
No, they didn't. They attacked me physically, actually.
Hey, it's been a while.
Yeah. They think I'm a fascist too.
I got a GoPro. Hey, what are you doing?
Touch the camera, dude. Love, peace and love.
Thank you.
People are talking about exterminating.
I didn't say a single thing about you.
Well, that guy.
Yeah, that's not gonna work, pal.
Yeah. Whoa! What the fuck? Hey! Stop it!
Look, get out of here, fucking fascist! Get out of here, fascist! Your hippie bullshit. You see how well that got you? Trump got elected. Whoa! Hey! Stop it!
You just assaulted me. What's your name? What's your name?
It's a voice for you.
Fuck off!
No, he's not. He has a Trump fucking...
Fuck off! Get out of here, fucking fascist!
What's your name?
Get the fuck out of here!
What's your name? You just assaulted me.
You want to get assaulted again? You want to get assaulted me again? You want to get assaulted again? You want to get assaulted again, motherfucker?
I'm not.
Back up!
What's your name?
Back up! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
I'm with you, man. You just assaulted me. What is his name? What is your name? What is your name?
Move!
That man assaulted me in the red handkerchief. He's fat. He's a big guy.
Get the fuck out of here!
They took my phone! Get the police! They took my phone!
Oh my god, I got the police!
Oh yeah, dude.
You're an impish human being.
One of us is shot outside.
One of you shot.
Yeah, it's not wearing black.
You got shot.
Someone got shot!
Yeah, I'm watching the live stream right now. It looks like...
Does that happen? Do we have that somewhere? Yeah, stay in your seats. I'll be right back, okay? I just need to check if that is correct or not, okay? 1 second, please.
All right, so how about that? Hold tight, folks. We'll be right back soon.
That someone outside had been shot, and Milo told the crowd if we don't go on with this, meaning the raucous speech and the show he was giving, they'd be giving in to the protesters he was mocking.
The police have told me that it is indeed the case. That we don't really have a protocol for this. I don't know if it was a fatality or not. Until I do know that, my suggestion is that the show should go on. If you think that's insensitive or inappropriate, I absolutely understand, and please make yourself heard now. But my view is that if we don't continue, they have won. And if we don't continue, we are setting a precedent
Now the victim fights for his life as the anger on Inauguration Day rages on.
This should not have happened. This should not have happened.
And that happened right in the middle of the square, right over where you see the water bottle is on the ground. We were told they were throwing bricks, and that likely came from that spot there.
Did you hear any kind of commotion leading up to it, or any kind of a muzzled sound?
I heard like a pop, but there were people like smashing bricks over there, and so I just assumed it was one of them. And then, there were people yelling everywhere, so I couldn't really tell,
That we're talking about, and you actually had rocks thrown at you, right? Do you mind showing folks at home what came at your head there? Tell us a little bit about this and what happened.
Well, we were waiting in line, and then kind of melees started sort of kicking off by the leftist anti-Milo protesters who had been blocking the entrance for the entire 3 hours we'd all been waiting in line. And it was relatively peaceful, and then shoving started, I would say from what I saw, by the leftist protesters. And then things started being hurled, bottles started being thrown, and then bricks started being thrown. And didn't hit anyone, thank God, but they came real close.
We saw 2 people being treated for what appeared to be, we heard from folks, some paintball. Paintballs had been shot at people who were going to this show, and they were being treated for whatever wounds that had caused with paint on their face. Of course, that can turn lethal as well if that hits the wrong place on someone's eye or on the side of their head.
I used to be a hard left guy, a hard leftist guy. I was an activist for a while. I'm a conservative now. I didn't even vote for Donald Trump, to be honest with you. And yeah, I saw a lot of signs. I saw, signs America was never great. A lot of, upside down flags, the regular, left-wing activist kind of stuff. Then it kind of devolved into, the leftist activists, in my opinion, essentially acting like fascists, not allowing people their own freedom of speech to be able to go into an auditorium and see a gay Jew Englishman give a speech because he's a conservative. And so it devolved into chaos, and they've been calling us fascists and Nazis all night, when it seems like they were the ones acting like the fascists the entire time. We just wanted to go in and see someone talk.
I'm not racist. I'm a foreigner. I come from the Middle East. I just want free speech.
A flurry of conflict between opposing ideas. Then one of our photographers on the ground captured paramedics with the man, putting him in an ambulance.
It's just outrageous.
We talked to professors upset that the university allowed such a controversial speaker to have set the stage for chaos.
What? That angry protest at the UW had been violent for hours before this shooting occurred. Our cameras were rolling as fights broke out. Passions high over a guest speaker in town tonight, known for making inflammatory remarks that some call hate speech.